Work. Let's work. 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 Let's work. 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 Work.
What's up, Big Dog? This is Coach Roll at 5-Star Lineman Academy, and we're going to be talking about NFL pass rushers of the week. So, the first NFL week, like you, Big Dog, I'm really excited about what's going on. Finally, NFL season is back, and I'm excited. You know me, Big Dog. If you want to find me, I'm in the trenches. So, the games that I saw this week, NFL games, I'm looking at some of the best pass rushers in the league week one of the NFL season. Big Dog, I got to tell you, there were tons of them. There were lots of great pass rushers. We got tons of great pass rushers in the NFL. From the defensive tackle position to the defensive end position, even the defensive backs were coming. Big Dog, they was all coming after the quarterback this week. I feel bad for these quarterbacks because these guys are coming after them. You understand? And there are a lot of different styles that we see in the NFL depending on the style of play. And that's the thing that I like is whatever it is that you want to try to pattern yourself after, there's all kind of styles. You got your power game that we saw this week. We saw our finesse game. We saw our speed to power. We saw our power to finesse. You saw it all in week one. I mean, these guys was pulling out all the stops right off the bat. Wasn't nobody saving no move, Big Dog. They was coming hard that first week. They weren't playing no games. That's what I love to see. There were quite a few pass rushes that really stood out that I want to talk about. So in this Big Dog breakdown of NFL pass rushers of the week, I'm going to talk about one, though there's several. All right? I'm talking about one. And that's my guy, Khalil Mack. You all know that Mack attack ain't no joke. This guy can play. He is a freak of nature, like a lot of other guys in the NFL, but he's definitely one of them. Future Hall of Fame pass rusher. I love watching this guy like you do. If you're a fan of sacks, if you're a fan of the mechanics of a great pass rusher, you've got to watch this guy. Tons of guys out there. But man, let me tell you, this guy is just awesome to watch. And like I posted on my social media, I said it's like watching Picasso paint. And I love art. And I'm watching art when I watch this guy rush. So, Chicago Bears against the Green Bay Packers. Week one, game one, on Thursday. I had the privilege of watching this guy work. He put on the move, Big Dog, that blew my mind. I thought was pretty creative. Not easy to do, but I thought it was really creative what he did. Now, let me say this. As we go through the season and we break down these NFL sacks and these rushes, I'm not necessarily saying that this is the move that you should do. Not everybody has the equipment some of these guys have. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want you, being a Toyota trying to function like you're a Lamborghini. You feel what I'm saying, Big Dog? If you have the parts to do it, if you have the ability to do it, do it. Try it. But I'm not saying that you have to rush like these guys. I'm just a huge fan of watching these guys get after the quarterback. I'm a huge fan of watching art at work. That's all this is. Now, if you feel like you have the potential, you have the skill and the ability, try it, man. Work on those moves. But there are a lot of different things that goes on in the course of a game that allows a move to work. So when you see these pass rush moves, you see these pass rushers that are successful, look at that sack and then look at the plays or look at the series before that. Because that's where it's at. It's not necessarily on that play. It's what was done before that to have set that sack up. Big Dog, you got to set your sacks up, and that's what it's all about. So I want to talk about Khalil Mack on this particular play. There was one particular play I thought was crazy, right? I thought the rush was fantastic. I'm watching these guys get after it. By the way, Chicago Bears, that defensive line, they are monsters. They are flat-out monsters. I think they had a total of 6 sacks that game. The first game, 6 sacks, unbelievable. If you haven't seen that game, go watch that game. You want to see what a defensive front looks like when they play together as a team. You want to see 4 guys get after the quarterback, go watch those guys. Those guys can play some football. They can get after the quarterback. So as an end position, what you saw him do, so the guard ends up being one-on-one against Mack. You see him in his three-point stance, and you see Mack go to him. Okay, he goes to him, and I'm going to show you this clip. He goes to him, puts his hands on him as if he's punching him, and when he punches him, this guard leans in his punch, Can't lean in your punch, offensive guards. You're going to get snatched or the guy's going to go over on you. So Khalil Mack puts his hands out as if he's going to power him and punch him or bull him or power him, and he ends up coming right over the top, all right, for a great rush. Now, I like this because he didn't necessarily get the sack on this, but he made the play. His dogs was coming right with him. So as Khalil Mack came right over the top, right here, and the quarterback was right here, the quarterback stepped up, and his dogs made that sack because of what Mack did on that rush. You understand what I'm saying? It was an awesome play to watch. Let's break this down a little bit more. What I like what Mack does is he gives him a power approach. And when I say he gives him a power approach, I mean he's attacking him straight to him. He's attacking his crotch. He's going right towards him as if he's going to bull him. But his approach was convincing. Your approach is important. Your approach is important. And so you see Mack approach the guard head on as if he's going to bull him. If I'm an offensive guard and I see Mack coming at me straight on, as strong as he is, I'm going to defend myself against this bull or his long arm. You know this guy can long arm like nobody else. So if you see Mack coming at you this way, he's not pushing vertical. He's not pushing vertical as if he's going to finesse. He came right at him. And so a lot of times when you shock the guard or when you shock an offensive lineman, it sits them down. It sits them down. When you shock, it causes them to sit. Shock, sit, shock, sit. Mack has a great power approach. He puts his hands up to punch him. Now, again, if I'm a guard and this is Mack or a power rusher and those guys put their hands up like this, okay, you are going to think I'm going to get bulled. So my point is this: his alignment, his approach, and what he showed him, all of those three things told this guard he's going to bull me. Chicago Bears, those are power rushers. Those guys are power rushers. So you expect to be powered. You expect to be bulled. But that's exactly what this guard thinks. At least that's what it looks like on film. So as he comes in, as he attacks him, puts his hands up, he's going right down the center of him. He shows him his hands. He applies pressure. Now, I'm not saying he even bulls him, but he applies pressure. Just a little bit, just enough to make him think it's going to be a bull. Enough to make him lean. And when you see him lean slightly, his nose is way over his toes, talking about this guard. That's what allowed Mack to just go right over the top effortlessly because of all the things that he showed this guard. You're going to see on that clip. Here he is, puts his hands on him, makes him believe that it's a power. You have to get this guy to buy what you are selling, but you've got to be convincing. I think sometimes defensive linemen, good ones, are some of the best actors there are. You got to make sure this guy buys what you are selling. You got to do a lot of acting sometimes. Now, sometimes you're setting that thing up. Plays before, you might have bulled him. You might have powered him enough to know that the next time he takes that same approach, you give him that same look, that same formation, different play this time. So that's what I like about this, is that obviously Mack is setting this up. It was the perfect timing to approach him the way that he did, put his hands on him, force him to lean in his punch. And that's when he went right over the top, all right? Now, what I like about this is that he didn't stay in one spot. You're gonna see Mack on this clip be here one moment and to the hip the next. Just like that, right? As a great pass rusher would, he is never in one spot for too long. Now you see him, now you don't. And I just trained my guys this weekend, and we worked exactly on that. We worked on being half a man, and right away, the next two steps were hip to heel. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what you're gonna see Mack do. Comes here on the power approach, puts his hand on him here, selling the power, he leans into his punch, and that next thing that he did, he took this inside hand and attacked the outside hand. And this causes him to trap his elbow. Now he's trapped. You're gonna see on that clip, Mack has him trapped. Mack traps that outside arm. Anytime you take your inside arm and attack the outside arm, it makes it very difficult for this guard or any lineman to recover. So he's here, sells the bull, takes the inside hand, traps him, and you see Mack working now hip to heel. You're gonna see that. And he's turning that corner. Now the reason why he missed the sack is because this guy was holding his inside arm, keeping him from reaching to the quarterback, right? Smart by him. He kind of saved his tail there a little bit. But his dogs were right there, ready to eat. You understand what I'm saying? Those guys were bullying and collapsing the pocket, and that quarterback stepped right up inside where those dogs were. You understand what I'm saying? Beautiful thing to see. That's what you call D-line play, playing as a unit, playing together as one. I love that. The quarterback steps up, your dog should be there to eat. You understand what I'm saying? And if you penetrate up the middle and that quarterback rolls out, your dog should be there to eat. Wherever that quarterback goes, we eating, is my point, right? Here we go. 3-point stance, came off the ball, came around, quarterback's here, quarterback stepped up, Bears again for another sack. Big Dog, I'm a fan of pass rushers. You're gonna be seeing me talk a lot more about a lot of great pass rushers throughout the week to week. If there's a particular pass rush you would like me to break down, Big Dog, let me know. I'm breaking it down. Maybe one I missed, let me know. Big Dog, I'll break it down for you because we're trying to be better worldwide, baby. We're trying to be one of the best defensive linemen in the world. And I'm trying to help you to be the best defensive lineman you could be, to be the best dog you could be. All right, Big Dog. Hey, man, we got tons of more Big Dog breakdowns coming at you. There's a lot of great pass rushes. I can feel it, you know what I'm saying? These guys been working in the offseason, and they are hungry, and there's one piece of meat, and somebody got to eat. Let me know what helped you in this particular video, and even give me some suggestions for pass rushes that you saw, that you thought had a great rush, that you like Big Dog to break down. Big Dog, we're all about getting better, okay? Make sure you like and subscribe. Got tons more content coming. We got quick tips. We got weight room recommendations to get you more explosive, to get you more powerful for the season. Big Dog, we going hard at Big Dog Football. All right, Big Dog, you know what time it is. It's time to get better. It's time to progress. It's time to put your hands in the dirt. Now let's go to work.